Hello and welcome to Studio Synergy number 25. This is Peter Palmiati of Art Studio. Welcome. If you ever missed an episode, there's a whole playlist link below. And I guess I'm going to keep it short. I had my fiance/girlfriend is very sick currently, and I started getting a bit of that. Hello, welcome. Studio Synergy number 25. And I got to run.
Oh, I don't think that's me. No, that's not me.
No,
that's me.
He forgot the video. Whoopsie.
Go. Yeah, okay. That's me double talking. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so she's very sick, and I got a bit of it. It's sort of like you feel like you wake up and like somebody beat you up in your sleep or something, that kind of feeling. And running hot and cold and all sorts of things. So I was planning to get like 3 pages done today. I only got 1 page, and it was like really last minute that I finished it and went to the copy center and all that. But I am feeling better at the moment. I know Kevin Cross has got a hangout for his patrons tonight, and I'm going to see if I can make that as well as doing this show. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to be working on a book that I'm calling Worlds, and it's a anime, manga, heavy metal sort of thing inspired creation that actually will be exclusive for my patrons. So you can check out future pages of Worlds there. There's a couple of character designs up there right now, but as well as supporting the show. And like I said, we might have a few more people joining us during the broadcast. 1 or 2 other people said they might make it. Get a couple of people watching currently. And a couple people already here, so let's go and introduce them. We got with us, hey Ben, welcome again.
Hey, I wish I needed a clap machine or something. Hi guys, I'm Ben Jones, freelance illustrator, comic book artist, and inker. Current project I'm working on is my very own graphic novel called Asgard, and you can find me at Ben Jones Art on deviantart.com. If you look up Ben Jones Art on Facebook, you can also find me. I do not have a Patreon, but I also do have a Ben Jones Art YouTube channel where I discuss digital inking, illustration, and some other drawing techniques.
Yeah, I looked briefly at a couple of your videos. You haven't posted a lot, but you're getting a lot of hits, so.
I guess.
Yeah, you're getting more subscribers than I am, I believe. But I'm competitive, I guess.
Hey, that's
but yeah, go check out Ben's work. He's an amazing artist and real good inker as well. And we also got with us this evening Mar, otherwise known as Sandy.
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing well. I'm sorry to hear about your wife. I hope she gets better soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of rough. But
rest and good food. You know?
Yes. Chicken soup.
Chicken soup. Yep.
Okay. Anyways, my name is Sandy. I go by Mar on DeviantArt and YouTube. I am currently working on a comic called The Capacity 2. It's still in the works. I'm still in the writing phase. I do have a couple pictures created so far, but I don't have a established website or anything so far. I'm just trying to get the feel and the look for it. And tonight I'm just going to be working on a picture for a friend. That's pretty much it for me.
Oh, cool.
Not much. Not much.
Not much. Well, we're all busy though. And we got Eric with us. Hey, Eric.
Greetings. Yep, name's Eric Faries. You can pretty much find me through that name on YouTube, where I do a lot of art videos, tutorial videos. Currently, I'm just working on a mini comic that I post on Tapastic. I believe on there I go by either go by my name or I go by Eric Ronan, one of the two. And I also have a comic project that I'll be getting to work on hopefully soon, which is my own personal little kind of throwback to old superhero kind of comics. You know, you get to pick up one issue, you read it, start to finish. You don't have to worry about it being a long, continuous story, and you can pick it up in the middle and be fine. You know, I hate picking up comic books in the middle and have no idea where the heck I am because I missed 30 issues before. So basically all I'm doing. Yay! Trying to be an artist, man.
Cool. Well, welcome. I like that little man. And oh yeah, we got Wilson.
Hey, hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, excellent.
We're just doing introductions, so say hello to the peeps.
Good timing.
Hello, everybody. So who do we have today?
We got Sandy, Eric, and Peter.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back, man.
Thank you.
We got to get past that silent, awkward phase. When everyone just stops talking and just goes silent for like a few seconds, like, quick, someone think of something to say.
Squirrel.
Let's see. Oh, I was listening to a Robert Kirkman podcast interview. You know, I respect the guy a lot, but I guess the only good interview, I forget if Kevin Smith interviewed him. Like Kevin Smith's got that Fat Man on Batman.
Yes, he did interview him on that. I heard that one.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was gonna say that was probably the only good interview I heard with Kirkman. Yeah, he's a great writer and he knows his stuff, but interviews, he's like joking half the time, and it's like, you know, it's get to the meat of it, you know. But he was talking about a lot of different things. Oh, his mission statement that he broadcast years ago now. You know, and his own personal mission to take on Marvel, which will never happen, but that's sort of tongue in cheek.
Yeah, how many times have we heard that over the years?
But I mean, you know, the guy is doing well. He's got, you know, 2 TV shows now. I saw that movie Air, with you know,
Walking Dead guys.
yeah.
Well, that was actually not too bad.
Yeah, it was good. It was like a small indie kind of movie feel to it, and you know, I thought about it. It's like I gotta give him a plus for that. You know, it's not a blockbuster, but it's a way to ease into the film industry, which I know, you know, just from seeing behind the scenes sometimes, and you know, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort, and in the end, it was a good movie. It's not, you know, crazy, actiony. It's slow paced, but I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a psycho thriller.
Yeah, it has a it's definitely suspense. You know, if you put it into any category. Oh, I know what I want to do. I need to design a ship. Um, so has anybody seen any good movies?
I've been
I always,
partially. Oh, go ahead.
lately I feel like I'm out of it. Like,
Well, Fantastic Four was awesomely terrible.
did you actually go out and watch it, or somebody drag you to it?
I watched it.
But let's face it, I mean, most of us were expecting it to be crap, considering everything we've seen of the production and just everything going on with it. It's like, okay, this is just going to be another bad Fantastic Four movie, because for some reason, they just cannot make a Fantastic Four movie.
You know, it actually started off really well. I was enjoying the beginnings, and then it's like two movies kind of like spliced together. Unfortunately, it was kind of weird because halfway through the movie, it's like you'll get the placard 1 year later, and then it becomes a whole nother movie. What the hell is going on here? What? All right.
All of a sudden, you get whiplash. You're like, the hell happened?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, essentially they come back. It's like, okay, they get powers, blah blah blah. Like, all right, cool. All right, now we're seeing the beginnings of the Fantastic Four. 1 year later, they're like super agents. You know, it's like they went. I guess the analogy would be, you know, it was the Marvel to Image move in the '90s. In the first beginning, you had Marvel. So you got the nice characterization. You had this, you know, understanding where the characters' motives are. At least they were trying to. And then the second half was straight up Image. We got pouches. We're going to kill stuff. We're going to have, you know, nothing but action and explosions for no damn good reason. And that was the movie.
Pouches and bandoliers everywhere.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell is going on here?
I don't even have a gun, but I have bandoliers anyway.
So, you know, and, you know, I'm like a defender of the whole Image era art, but the writing was horrible, and it seems like they went that route in the movie. It's just like, oh, come on. All right, never mind. Just roll the credits, please, so I can go on.
Do you think it's because they took it away from the original director and tried to save it?
It could be. I mean, you never know. You know, somebody could be laying blame on each other. You never know really who's completely at fault. But looking at it, you know, it felt that like somebody came in and, you know, tried to do another movie. It did feel that way. So who knows?
Yeah, because I really loved his Chronicle movie.
Yep, me too.
So I'm really kind of curious how it would have turned out if they'd let him just sail with it.
If the first part was, or the first half of the movie was any indication, I think I really would have enjoyed it. I mean, it really wasn't very true to the actual property, but it was an enjoyable movie. You know, I was having fun with it. I mean, once I kind of turned my brain off, saying this is Fantastic Four, I started enjoying it.
And forced it.
Yeah.
Bone.
Yeah, I haven't seen it
It's
yet.
unprofessional.
Sorry, that was me.
Well, you're a very important guy.
So I'm gonna wait until
I wouldn't disagree with you.
Netflix or
Let's be real here.
I mean, really and truly, I mean, right now, I wouldn't even waste the bandwidth to download the movie. I mean, that's pretty much how bad it was.
I mean, I've pretty much come to terms with I'm not watching that movie.
I started to watch a stream of it, and I got like 10 minutes into it, and I was bored out of my mind.
Yeah, it does take a while.
I'll watch it on cable how it was meant to be.
Probably. Yeah.
My question is, when they were at the science fair, why were they like 30-year-old adults surrounded by 12-year-olds?
It was a pedophile convention.
Because they looked like so much older than all the other kids. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
There's a lot of stuff, and you'll like when you watch it. There's some scenes toward the end where Sue Storm, her hair completely changes, and there's this weird wig she's wearing. And I was sitting there like, what the hell is that on her head? That doesn't even look like her hair. Then I did some research, and I guess they had to do some reshoots. And the actress, I can't remember her name.
Kate Mara.
She cut her hair for another movie that she was filming. So her hair is all jacked up, and half of the movie's like, oh man, come on, guys.
So they couldn't even afford a good wig?
Apparently
That
not.
might have been the best one they had.
Wow.
If that was the good wig, it's like, wow, man. I understand you're trying to stay on budget, really.
Well, I saw like in a preview commercial for it, like she has this blonde, long hair, and it sort of looks like, you know, Invisible Woman's hair from a certain era. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about, but it kind of looked a little dated to me, if anything.
Mm-hmm. But I did also see Straight Outta Compton. Since I grew up in that time frame, it was a good movie.
Yeah, I heard good things.
Yeah, if you were into like gangster rap back in the day, it was good to see the kind of the behind the scenes, or at least this representation of behind the scenes. So, but the acting was actually really good, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was hearing like it got really good reviews.
Well, this is like the highest grossing movie of August or something.
What?
It was the highest grossing movie of August.
I think so. I know it's like the highest grossing rated R movie, I think. Or
Right.
the opening.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I have seen neither of them. I've been deprived of movies.
Aww.
Yeah, it happens. I'll catch up with it.
Yeah.
Between cable, Netflix, and Hulu, and everything else that I'm paying for, eventually it'll come to my radar.
It'll come with an orbit.
Pretty much.
I haven't watched a movie in a long time. Like the only thing I've been watching is anime. That's it. I've had no interest in like any of the recent movies right now. I'm just like, I don't care. Until Deadpool comes out, I don't care about any other movie.
Yeah, I'm almost in that same boat now. It's like, all right.
When Deadpool comes out, then I will be jumping out of my chair. Then I will be excited.
Mm-hmm.
I have been waiting for the retribution. Waiting for the good movie to come out.
I've been watching some anime and mostly documentaries.
Anything good?
I'm in the middle of watching. I just finished watching one about Rush, and now I'm watching one about the Eagles. So
You're
how bands
showing
got
your
together.
age.
I'm learning about them as I. And then, and again, it's the fanboy I am. No mention during the whole thing of Rush about the Transformers, the movie. Nothing
The real
about
Transformers movie.
exactly. I know they played. I'm pretty sure they played music on it, and it's like, oh, they didn't even mention anything on it.
Probably not their highlight, I guess, for them. Like, I don't know if they would consider it. I mean, any of the fans of the movie would consider it a high label, like, yeah, Transformers, but they might be like,
Yeah, it didn't even blip on the on the documentary itself.
I mean, hell, Weird Al Yankovic had one of his songs in the freaking animated movie, so
That's true.
why not? That whole scene was just so random.
It was.
They came out of freaking nowhere. All of a sudden, they're dancing to freaking Weird Al Yankovic. I'm just like, okay, why not?
What movie was that?
Transformers the movie, the original animated one.
Oh, I love that one.
So it was when the Junkycons first show up. They
That
played
was
the
Weird
song
Al?
Dare to Be Stupid. Yeah, the song Dare to Be Stupid was his.
Yep.
That's awesome. I just recently rewatched The Touch on YouTube. Yeah, it's stuck in your head just thinking about it.
Oh yeah, completely. It's a great album.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, it's been so long.
That is just like the epitome of just 80s.
Oh, completely.
Right in your face, just power metal all the way, and you're just like, yeah!
The whole thing, exactly. The what's funny is years later when they redid one of the cartoons, I'm not sure which one because every year they relaunch the Transformers cartoons, but one of them they reintroduced Retgar, and it was voiced by Weird Al. And he was a cat. He was a Earth vehicle that could transform into a dump truck, not a dump truck, a garbage truck.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and at one point, at some point, he was like a crazy character. So he had the line where it's like, "No, I dare to be stupid." So it's in there,
Oh, man.
As Weird Al does.
Exactly.
That's me.
So I like it when they do things like that, where they they touch back on the old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little nod.
Yeah, I miss the heart that the 80s and 90s had.
Still movies with heart, but
That's why I was so excited when I watched Kung Fury. It was just like, yes, 80s, bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
They had freaking Dustin Hoffman doing the song for it. I was just like, oh my god, where did they grab him out of? Like, seriously. The man will not go away.
There's that awkward silence again.
It happens every time.
It does.
So I noticed you're working on Sarah Rising.
Yes, I'm doing some cleanups on it because I'm going to be flatting the work for James the Color.
Cool.
So that's what I'm working on, trying to catch up on it because this week has been a busy week and yet unproductive because I wanted to get so much stuff done, but at the same time, between going to the doctors and life itself and what have you, it's like I lost 3 days of work, so I know it's going to take a whole week to catch up. Well, that's what it always feels like.
Yeah.
So it's like any time not drawing, it feels like it's just going to take a while to get back into it, or not necessarily drawing, just being creative in general.
Oh, I completely agree.
Life sucks sometimes.
Yeah. It's like life happens while you're making plans, is the saying.
Yep. Or as I said, for the atheist in the room, it was man makes plans, God laughs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Pretty much right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like we're in a sports game.
I was hoping to get a lot more done this week overall, but one thing after another. And it's like I don't need to be sick on top of everything.
Right.
So trying to work through it to avoid it. But what do I want to say? Oh yeah, I gotta get James those pages I have. Speaking of James, um, what else? So as other than time and schedule, um, what has the last week been like for all of you?
Well, for me, it's been busy. I've been working on the Section 8 comic book called Gaidojin, trying to get that ready to go to press for, so we have it in time for the New York Comic Con. Um, Corrections have been made, so I think we're just tweaking a little bit of the script and then just about ready to go. So hopefully by the weekend or by Monday, we'll be able to send it out to Kablam to have some copies printed for the New York Comic Con. So it's probably our best looking book, um, just because of how much work has gone into it. So I'm looking forward to actually having that one done and printed, and you know, and once we send it out to Kablam, then we'll be also sending it out to Comixology. So we're happy with it. I think it's a really good looking book.
Cool. Yeah, I'm working with Keith on a CAG magazine. Keith Murphy, for anybody that doesn't know, CAG is Comic Artists Guild. We're taking submissions. I put something well, Keith put something in Create Our Own group, which I'll throw the link down below once the video goes up. But we got a couple more. I think there's 8 or so, and I'm gonna slap one together. It's just story proposals. Somebody asked about art. We're not looking at artists right now, but it will be some sort of paid gig. Got to figure that out, but I think I'm some sort of executive managing editor or something. Or I'm going to be managing the YouTube for CAG.
So that's cool.
Yeah, and we're going to try to get a bunch of people involved into like the Hangouts and whatnot. And also, Keith is going to be in charge of the podcast, and the book itself is it's going to be an anthology, and mostly digital online. But I guess we'll make printed copies at some point. But it's called Morpheus. Is what the group decided upon.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's interesting to work with different people and different groups, and I may be spreading myself too thin, which is my usual thing. But I feel like I learn more quicker.
That makes me wish I had like time to get busy doing art stuff.
Well, that's the thing, is always trying to find a time. It's like I got so many ideas, and I realize it's like I don't think I'm going to get to all of them. And so I was willing to let go of some of the comics that I was, I would write an outline for it, and then somebody else would take it from there. Because if not, the idea is just never going to go. So the hardest part was just letting go of it. Basically saying, all right, we'll let someone else do, whether it's the writing or the artwork or stuff like that. Because if not, I would just have a ton of ideas just sitting there going, doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
That's why, I guess from the graphic novel, my graphic novel was a little bit different than what usually happens in the industry, where the writer contacts you and says, "Man, I got this really great idea. I'd like you to, help me draw the book." it was more of, okay, listen, I have all these ideas, I have all these other, segments of stories. I need a writer to put this shit together.
Right.
So for us, it was the artist contacting the writer. Is like, come on, I need you.
I think that's what I need. I'm like the worst writer.
But you
I
see,
was actually able to get some stuff done this week. I got several character concepts out now for the book. Actually, I'm working on one right now just for the hell of it. So actually, it was actually fairly productive for me. I'm getting ready for my annual convention here in Las Cruces, so that's where most of my energy has been. But I'm really starting to really get into the book and trying to figure out the voice or the look of these characters.
Eric has joined the call.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, hey.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome.
The other Eric is here.
So, introduce yourself, Eric, unless you want to get set up first.
Hi, I'm Eric Webb. I do my own commission-based comic art, graphic design, and character art business, Eric Webb Graphics, and you can find out all about that at ericwebbgraphics.com.
Looks like you're working in the dark over there.
I got a couple lamps on, but yeah, it comes through kind of dark.
Cool.
So sorry I'm late. What did I miss?
Well, we went over the Fantastic Four movie. There was a couple of awkward silences.
Glad I missed that. No, just kidding.
There's always awkward silences.
Yeah. And then there's, we're just talking about some of the stuff we're doing.
Yeah, I'm just doodling some laying out the first page. I was trying to get some sleep before the show, and it wasn't working. So I was like, oh, I might as well be productive while I lay here doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought of a ship and sort of laid out the first page in my mind, and that's essentially what I put down right here. I'm like, what do I do now?
So you're kind of storyboarding.
Yeah, just this is my sort of anime, manga, heavy metal influenced comic that is going to be part of my Patreon exclusive. And I want to get back into doing everything. I got to get caught up on my inking work first.
Mm-hmm.
But
Paying the bills comes first.
Yeah, I was hoping to get more done this week, but I think I've got a good starting point for next week. I'll just fly through a bunch of it. One of the things about today is I went to the copy center, and that's where I have like the blue lines printed onto Strathmore paper, and they were like, oh, like the shop. I don't know how the shop makes business, but they didn't have the toner cartridge for the printer they use for that sort of thing. They said we'll have one again next week, but you could probably try the library. And I said, well, what time the library close? And they're like, 5 o'clock. Well, it's like 10 minutes to. I'm not gonna make it. It's like across town.
Oh yeah, screw that.
Yeah. So
Just one of those.
I'll get it. I was hoping to get a jump on some of the pages, but
Mm-hmm.
I got plenty of other things to work on. But yeah, I spoke on getting a printer scanner, and even though I the printer part of it is not really important, it would come in handy at certain points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can get some for around $300, really. That'll print and scan 11 by 17.
Yeah, well, you know, when I'm ahead of the curve financially, then so Michael Whitcomb is in the live chat on the YouTube page, and he says, "What's up, guys? We're all working on stuff."
We're getting work done here.
We're working for a living.
Doobie dooby doo. I have no idea what this character's gonna look like.
Isn't that how it always starts when you create a character? You're just like, hey, I'm just going to put this here and this here. I have no idea what I'm doing. Just,
Yep, that's pretty much it.
It's like, hey, I'm just going to give him a spike on his elbow, but only on the one elbow.
Sometimes it starts as one character and ends up being something else altogether by the end.
I'm just going to put a wolf on his shoulder. I don't know why.
Well, creating characters is like, you know, working with clay. You know, you strip away some stuff, add some stuff. I mean, I thought about it, and it's like what came to mind for me. It's like,
It is.
you know, you want to make something unique, even if it's very subtly different from everything else out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think the wolf on the shoulder idea was pretty unique, actually.
Okay, at least I wasn't the only one. I was like, you know.
I can honestly say I've never seen that.
I'm gonna have a villain now who's gonna have a wolf just on his shoulder, just the head, just wolf head on his shoulder.
Oh,
That
does
talks
it
to
work? Yeah, I was gonna say this is like
And
fighting
when you talk to
people.
him, yes, he'll just sit there having conversations with his shoulder.
I was gonna say he argues with it. Yeah.
It's like a pirate with a parrot.
And it has like a Starscream
Pretty much.
voice.
He
Really?
he constantly complains about back pain.
Yeah,
Is that
that'd be good.
character trait?
Man, we're fleshing it out good.
Well, screw you guys. I'm putting a wolf on his shoulder for now.
And it's funny because I have a character who's a lichen, so he can just like see this like wolf on the dude's shoulder and just like start talking to it.
Now, is it a full-size wolf or is it a mini wolf, like a tiny parrot-sized wolf?
Should be a stuffed puppy-looking wolf.
That'd be fun.
It'll look like a little plushie.
I'm making it into armor, dude. I'm doing
Evil
it.
plushie.
You
Good,
had
man.
buttons for eyes with the mouth sewn shut. And whenever it opens its mouth, all you see is like these strings and stuffing on the inside.
No, we can't do any mouth closing or sewing after that first Deadpool design.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers just like,
Enough said, enough said.
Why do you have to bring up that bad memory?
To watch
Hey,
the Fantastic Four conversation.
Oh, just add that on top of it.
That was a great Baraka.
Pretty much is what it was.
I kept waiting to hear finish him.
Yeah.
Looks like Mr. Mike is having mic issues, so he's here, but he can't speak.
Talk
Welcome,
about,
Mike. We'll talk through you.
talk about irony.
This is Mike, and he dressed up. Okay.
I draw things.
I hope he gets his mic working so he.
Oh, sorry, he had it not working the past couple of times, right? He's having issues.
I now have a wolf head on this guy's shoulder. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, man, designed by committee.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks cool, actually. It works good for shoulder armor. Yep.
It's like what did not Warlord? What was it? Mike Grell's creation at DC.
Mhm.
Don't know.
Is the whole society in the center of Earth? It's like prehistoric with some technology.
Yeah.
One?
It's like the DC version of Savage Land or something.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
loved it.
I don't remember.
But he had something on his shoulder, I believe. It's been so long.
I just didn't want the character to look like freaking World of Warcraft or some shit.
You talking about the Warlord?
Warlord, yeah.
Oh, okay. Never heard
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Oh, that shit? Yeah, I never heard of it.
Silly.
And it's funny because as you're talking about using the wolf as a shoulder image, I was recently did a podcast with some of my friends from the 8 Spot, and we were looking at some toys one of the guys brought over, and it happened to be one of Craven the Hunter.
Mhm.
And we're looking at it, and the interesting thing about the toy is that for his knees, over his knees, he has skulls, human skulls on his knees. And it's like, that's an interesting costume design, but I wonder how he gets through custom that way. It's like,
Just look at half the stuff he wears. How would he get through customs?
is it travel around with heads?
He doesn't use customs, yeah. It just goes anywhere. Holy.
Weird.
Did I just have a seizure, or was that somebody's audio?
I don't know what the hell that was.
That's Mike, I believe.
Is it me, really?
There
Oh
you go.
God!
He's what?
Oh, his mic works.
Does it really work? It really works?
Yeah, but it's like really loud, dude. You gotta. Just...
For once, it's not me with all the computer problems.
I can't say too much. When I first started joining these hangouts, I had some kind of jerry rig set up with using my phone for a mic and this and that, and then but I was on the computer, and yeah, that was. It gets a lot worse than what he's got. So
Being a YouTuber, I made sure I always had a decent mic, so
Yep.
I never had that issue.
Well, my office is in a loft, and it's open to downstairs, and I've gotten enough bitching from my wife about the music and stuff being too loud. So I ended up buying a headset with a mic. I was like, all right, screw it.
yeah.
All right, how's that? Is that better, or is that still too loud?
That's pretty good.
Better.
That's better.
Could be a little lower.
Yeah, just so it's not quite so staticky.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Because right now you're peaking, and that's the problem.
Turn it down a notch.
Come on, guys, more ideas. I already got the wolf head.
A kilt.
Snake belt.
Kilt.
You thought about it. You thought about it.
Eel belt.
Need something with flag.
Dragon belt.
Leg warmers.
How about like a giant sock? No, that wouldn't work.
I used to do this technique, trying to design stuff, just weird stuff to get myself out of, you kind of have these go-to things in your comfort zone, where I would put random ideas, and it would be something like a kilt or, a wolf head, and if you put them in like little pieces of paper and then you throw them in a hat, and every day when you want to design something you really can't think, just pick two or three of those things and try to combine them into these weird freaking characters. It's actually really fun.
That would be cool. I used to do an art jam where, they would just, like each week's theme would be 3 random objects and just see what your imagination comes out of it. It sounds kind of like that a little bit.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Like random words, it could be like socks, plant, teddy bear, or, something random. Yeah, That's fun to do. I mean, crazy stuff people come up with.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm spending like the whole time looking for this piece I want to work on. I don't know where the heck it is. It's not where it's supposed to be. So I must have saved it. You know, once in a while I won't pay attention. I'll save it in a folder for something else. Because it was like the last thing I was in, but I didn't. Yeah, but I didn't really notice where I put it. I'm like, damn it.
So, Mike, are you with us?
Hello?
Mike.
Hey,
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
say hello and introduce yourself, man.
Hello! I can't tell like how loud it is. I got no way to see.
It's good now. It's good now.
Good now.
Oh, right on. I'm using a Panasonic camcorder for the audio.
Nice.
It's
Hey,
ridiculous.
whatever works.
Ingenuity at its best.
Yeah.
It's still better than a cell phone.
That's true.
It's your step up, definitely.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been wanting to do one of these for a while. I've never done anything like this before, so yeah, cool. Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Don't ruin it. No pressure at all.
No. It was all fine until that Mike guy came.
What the hell?
With his Panasonic camera.
Yeah.
Comes in, blows our ears out.
How rude.
So what year Panasonic camera? Like, what decade are we talking?
Oh, probably 90s.
Oh, wow. That's what I was wondering. Hey, it works.
It does. I was surprised. That's why when it turned on and you're like, oh, there's someone talking. I was like, what, me? No, I'm not ready. What should I say?
That's when you pretend to be a ghost and you just start saying weird things. Have everyone freaking out.
I say weird things anyways.
I think Johannes Vick wants to try to join. We got on that Skype group.
Oh, no. Yeah, let me put a limit.
Tell him no.
He was like, "Fuck that guy."
He's welcome. Kevin reported that he's watching this kid, and he's got his Patreon hangout later. And I don't think Johannes wants him. You know, might be busy. They're having a conversation in there. maybe viewers.
I admit I was late because I was trying to finish up watching the Lego movie with the wife. It was good.
Oh, the Lego movie.
So good.
It is fun. It's lots of fun.
Yep.
I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this.
I know.
It's like everything in your face constantly, and it's like,
yeah.
it's hard to keep focused on anything. But you watch it, and it sort of makes sense.
I tried to watch the Minions movie last night. Oh my god, that was the most annoying fucking movie ever created on the planet. It's just all that meat, all
the whole
thing.
Movie.
Banana!
Please shut up now. Please shut up.
Yeah.
But kids would love that, right?
Oh yeah, kids will. First 30 minutes of me, I was like, oh god, I'm gonna fucking kill myself right now.
Well, that's what a lot of those movies anymore are trying to be hyper spastic to keep the kids' attention and stuff. Yeah, it just gets like way too much for the parents or whatever. Or
He was like, all right.
Or any adult trying to watch it. Yeah. But yeah, the kids apparently eat that stuff up.
they love it.
Of course they do.
A really bad one was Madagascar. It's the first time I really noticed how they're starting to do that, where everything was just a spastic movement. Every character moved spastically, and everything was just really fast paced and really fast talking. And I was like, geez, I mean, the kids, most of that probably breezes by the kids. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Rio was kind of bad about that, but.
I watched the first, well, most of the first episode of a show called Gravity Falls.
That's a pretty good show.
Yeah, you know, I've heard about it, and I finally said, okay, let me find an episode online. And yeah, I didn't finish the episode, but it's like pretty good, you know, structurally. But the animation was really nice. You know, it's not your typical crappy, you know, animation that a lot of shows use nowadays. It's actually something that would be fun to watch that, you know, isn't anime. You know, like, just a lot of United States kind of cartoons I just don't like anymore.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon wasn't too bad. It's actually one of the better ones.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be awesome. I never saw it.
What was it? Very good movie.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh yeah, I like that. It was good.
And then Kung Fu Panda, even though the story's a little wonky, the animation and everything is amazing.
Essentially, if you're living in America and it's not made by Pixar, it's gonna be crap.
Or the other one.
Yeah, I'm
like
talking
Warner
more
Brothers.
like what's on TV, but you know, I mean, I love a lot of the digital cartoons. You know,
Oh, the movies are freaking glorious
Yeah.
anymore. But yeah, the TV shows, cartoons, I know they always have some weird looking style or animated really like lazily, like choppy.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
There's occasionally though you get like a little gem in there. One on Cartoon Network's pretty bad anymore. I mean, it's really gone downhill since its glory days with Toonami and all that. But I really like Steven Universe. I mean, it's so gorgeously the color palettes and the way that it's done is. I mean, you don't have to care about the story or the characters at all. Just watch it. It's just beautifully done.
I just started watching a couple episodes of that. That was really cool.
It's
Universe.
really yeah, it grows on you. It's pretty artwork and the soundtrack's pretty original and it's pretty cool. So then you get into the story after you.
I checked it out.
Yeah.
Caught a couple of minutes of it. It kind of reminds me of Powerpuff Girls a little bit.
It might be the same people. I don't know because it kind of reminds me of Samurai Jack a little bit.
Right.
Sometimes.
Samurai Jack.
Jack.
That was a great show.
Yeah.
We never got our movie that was promised.
Ooh.
We never got a proper finish.
I know, he was supposed to finish it with like a movie, but no. Never happened.
I don't know. We're gonna have to write them.
That's always what got me with American cartoons, was that you would get invested into these characters and they would never resolve anything. You know, it was a lot of it was formulaic. So, you know, and I've been watching cartoons for years. So, you know, Journey to the Center of the Earth, Gertrude and all those people are still down there.
I know Teen Titans, like we never found out what happened there.
Or Young Justice.
Yes, Young Justice was
Young
amazing.
Justice was so good.
Or even the Star Wars one, the Clone Wars.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think of the Rebels? I don't really care for the animation stuff. I love the art design and the overall color palettes, but the actual animation is kind of dumbed down. Like.
It didn't really hold me as well as Clone Wars did.
No.
I enjoyed Clone Wars immensely, and the only reason why I want to watch this series is because
Keep it
it
going.
kind of continues some of that.
Yeah.
So I
I just wish it was a little less. I don't know. Unless you know what I'm talking about. The animation's more stiff.
Yes.
or weird. I don't know. Yeah, stiff
There's
is
no
probably the best.
flow or dynamics.
Yeah,
Right.
something like that. Can't really put a finger on what to call it, but
More kiddie.
yeah,
Almost as if it was like, here's a cartoon, but let's make it more cartoon for kids. Type
yeah.
of a thing.
Well, it's
Yeah,
real. I mean, they do some really good environment designs. That was the first thing I noticed was their environment design is amazing. Like, but the actual characters are kind of, a lot of animation suffers from like the head moving in ways that aren't unnecessary, or like just things like that. Just things that I don't know. Most people might not notice, but
Right.
I just little things always irk me. Like, you don't have to have the head bobbing like that when he's saying something or jerk in a certain way. Like, why did they do that? Like, it just seems like they cut a lot of corners with the character animation.
Yeah, when I went to school for animation, they were teaching us how to do the good animation. And then I see all the stuff on TV. It's like, nope, I'm not going to be an animator for anything other than Pixar or DreamWorks.
Yeah, because you can't. I mean, you'll sit there and critique it the whole time.
Yeah, I would be the worst critique. I'm already my own worst critiquer as it is.
That's every artist. Every artist is their worst critique or something like that.
I like that piece you're working on, Sandy.
Oh, thank you. It's one of my ideas for like a bookmark for my.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah, and then I have another one in here. It's kind of a sketch. Like trying to figure out the colors for her.
I like those so far.
Yeah. I'm trying to get some stuff figured out.
I'm still working on Wolfhead Boy.
So did you give him a kilt? I didn't see.
Yeah, well, he did kind of.
Yeah. That's actually a badass kilt as far as kilts go. Like, that's like an Egyptian kilt, and they have the most badass kilts of all.
Yeah.
That's good.
You need to give him some like knee-high boots or something with lots of buckles.
Go-go
Yeah,
Go-go boots, yes.
Take your clothing.
you know I keep listening to you guys.
He's taking his suggestions seriously. Oh, God.
Go-go boots. Yeah, I'll bring that back to style.
I forgot about that. He's taking them seriously, man. Hey,
Well,
it
the
can look
character's
good.
looking kind of cool so far.
It can look good. I mean, he pulled off the wolf head. I mean, the night's young. Let's see what he comes up with. But I have this like really strong urge to draw some random character with like an actual wolf just like perched on its shoulder. I'll have to do that at some point just to get it out of my system.
Like a big old giant wolf just kind of crouched.
Yeah, like like it doesn't weigh the guy down at all.
And he never acknowledges it. And people just stare at it.
It's like, what? Why are you looking at my shoulder like that?
Stop looking at it.
That would be a good character if you're developing a character. He's like very insecure about it, so he never talks about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
No, it should be like how some characters see things that other people don't.
Yeah.
So he has this wolf on his shoulder, but he doesn't see it.
They do. Why is there a wolf on your shoulder? There's no shoulder. There's no wolf on my shoulder. Why do people keep saying that?
Oh my
No
God.
wolf! No wolf! No wolf!
That would suck.
How does that?
That'd be
Why do
hilarious.
people keep saying that? Yeah.
This is what happens when you get a bunch of artists together.
Yeah.
And no writers.
Yeah. Straight up randomness that happens.
No actual brief to go off of. Yeah. Like, oh, just make it up.
Spontaneity is awesome.
When in doubt, make it up.
Yeah, spontaneity is good.
Why do they have a wolf? Why wouldn't he have a wolf?
That's the big plot twist of the story.
There's not enough wolves.
Yeah, like,
Do like one episode, we'll create a cartoon from scratch.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Everybody do like a different scene or
Oh, that'd be fun. for one of these. Like, come in, create a theme, and everyone draws like a page or something for it.
That was cool.
Do a panel or something.
Yeah. Or
Be
like
something
a
that
theme
my
for
first
characters.
session, where you'd kind of one person would make up something and pass it to the next, and that's fun.
Yeah, we could totally do
Yeah,
that.
like those old games.
Yep.
Round robin.
You get to the end and you're like, how did we get to this?
I've seen those before, where like the thing that comes next is completely random, but in the context of the overall story, it works.
I did a webcomic. It was just like 8 people involved. Everybody had a turn. The guy who started it did the first panel and passed it on, and you had a set amount of time to come up with your own panel, and each panel progressed the story. So it was really interesting. It kind of just stopped, but we got a couple of weeks into it. It was like, I'd like to do that again with people who were like really gung ho about it, like won't just drop the ball or something.
Oh, what if? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, cut me in whenever you set out to do that.
Yeah, I was thinking like that 24-hour comic challenge. You guys heard of that?
I did one of those, yeah.
What if we did that like one of these, but everyone's working on their comics and they have like 24 hours to do it, and all of us are here together to support each other?
Oh, wow.
Well, any art or creation done under a deadline is going to be only so good.
Yeah, but still, it'd be a lot of fun.
Well, these hangouts can only go 8 hours, I believe. There's one. I'll have to do it in segments. I'll take a half-hour break in between.
That would still be a lot of fun, though.
There is a streaming. Yeah, that'd be the limitation.
Yeah. Oh, we can ask him to like. Oh, it could be a Patreon thing too. It's like, hey, you can watch all these artists draw and support them, and people could throw in ideas that they think would be cool in someone's story, and set themes.
Like a Jerry Lewis telethon. Like, keep paying us.
That would be awesome.
You want to see another page? Piss. Yeah.
Hey, come make the comics, oi!
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we get too many people, it'd be like nothing would get done.
Don't get distracted.
There'd be too many suggestions, or yeah. It might end up backfiring. I don't know.
It would be utter chaos.
Yeah, it would be.
Let's do it.
I'm for it.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. All right, Peter, you gotta organize it. You're like the Xavier.
We're all the mutants.
Yes.
I am going bald, so that will work.
You're good. You have psychic powers to summon people to your broadcasts.
Well, I mean, if anybody's serious, then just contact me, and it won't be hard to set up. It's just a matter of schedule and time.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of do want to keep my weekends free. I mean, like, you're going to do something over a extended period of time. Usually people say, oh, let's do it Saturday or Sunday. Like, no, I want weekends off one day. One weekend.
I've tried so many times to like work, a normal work day on Saturday or Sunday. I just, I don't know, a mental block or something. I just can't.
Well, it's like,
Sometimes.
I have no problem working 7 days a week, but I have a problem people expecting me to work 7 days a week. It's like,
yeah.
there's a big difference. It's like I at least want to feel my freedom. and say, no, you know what? I'm going to work today, so screw it.
Oh yeah, I'll get an email. Somebody's like, "Why haven't you got back to me yet?" Or like, "Or how we do on this?" I'm like, "Good when it's Monday because I'm not working over the weekend."
Yeah, it's like, if you have a deadline with me, talk to me during the week. Otherwise, I'm goofing off.
Yeah, really. That's one thing about, if you sort of post online that you're doing this, that, or other thing, and it's anything else but like working on a client's project, and suddenly I'll get an email like, "So, how's that thing coming?" Because they know I just posted a little tweet like, "Oh, I'm doing this other thing right now." They're like, "So, how's that coming?" I'm like, I'm like, dude. I mean, how are you chopping up the bit that much for something like that day? It's just, I don't know. Settle down, dude. Appreciate the enthusiasm, but
Yeah. Give me time to work. If you say you need 5 pages by Friday, I'll give it to you by Friday, but don't check in on Tuesday and go, so you should be 2 pages in now, right? And it's like, that's not the way I work.
buddy, chill. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big difference, like, I worked at places where, worked on comics, like when I was at Valiant, I worked on comics, and you're there, 9 to 5, 5 days a week, and it's great to have that sort of pressure. Like, everybody that worked there was working on comics. There was everything from pencilers, inkers, colorists, writers, editors, production, yada yada. Everybody was there, and there's a kind of pressure to, like, you walk in, you have to really get serious to get to work. And that worked for a time, but a bunch of guys are sort of goof offs in a good way. There's certain people that can work and goof off and finish things, but after a while, it's like I go the opposite way. It's like, okay, I got to shut out the world and get my shit done.
Yeah, I used to do that. I just put on headphones on. I get so irritated. People like coming up behind me like, "What? Make this. You make these changes. You just make this one small change. It takes like 2 hours. You just do this." I try to get in my world and focus, and everybody keeps, hey, what's it? Or they're getting up to move around, stretch their legs a little bit, coming over like, well, at least working by myself, I don't have to deal with that, I guess. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Broke up the day a little bit, I guess.
A bunch of my friends that work there, and I won't name names, but they started listening to the fake calls on tape, and this is going back to the mid '90s. I forget what the guys were called, but it was like a bunch of morons, and it was comedy, and it was like just them calling people and harassing them and whatnot. And it was funny, it was hilarious, but they just started playing that over and over, and it was like, oh, that's so annoying. It's like, it's not productive to me getting work done. I blame Mike.
Me too. What is up with that guy?
Cheese, Mike, cheese.
Finally get a mic and I don't talk.
I thought you'd be like just powering over everybody and talking your head off.
I can't talk and draw at the same time.
Yep.
I can't do many things at the same time.
That's why you just listen and use their ideas.
I heard something about a wolf on someone's shoulder. I think I might run it.
And boots and go-go boots.
And I did both.
Did you?
Well, kind of, sort of. His
Uh,
did the
Oh,
knee
yeah,
high
yeah.
moves.
Yeah, you got the Thor boots or something.
The wolf has go-go boots?
yeah. Nice.
The wolf used to be a go-go dancer. There's a difference.
Oh, jeez.
Look, everybody's got to work, so. I
Hard life for shoulder wolves.
it was a shameful time.
And scary, this character actually might make it into the book.
Awesome.
In the background, behind something. No, I'm just kidding. It is
First
pretty
one
cool.
killed.
I like the head design so far. It looks good.
Yeah, that's really cool. And his name will have like all the letters from all our names in it.
From the
Oh,
fifth
geez.
dimension.
Yeah, there'd be like story and art by one dude, and then this one character designed by 8 people or whatever. However many there are. Don't make me count. I like it.
Good people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we design characters. It's a group effort.
Good job, team.
It's like being Disney, but not evil.
Oh, I'm evil.
Subliminal message.
Okay, not fully evil.
It's like he doesn't need subliminal messages. It's an evil looking character, man. Yeah. He's evil, right? He's not like he's not.
Yeah,
like,
no, he's not a good guy.
he's not like Goody Two Shoes or something.
I just look like this. I'm misunderstood.
He's like I give hugs.
The Hug Master.
Like a rose, he has a couple thorns.
I will hug you to death.
Everyone loves me, but you kill one wolf.
Like then it's like
Character from your the character from your comic, Sandy. The little looks like a little wolf cat or something.
Oh yeah, Cheeky with the glowy legs.
Yeah.
He killed his cousin.
we got a cat that looks almost like that. I gotta get a picture one day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we have a bunch of cats that are currently living in a sanctuary, but her name's Daisy.
Aw. And she's tan with like the white mouth and everything, with the dark legs.
Nothing like that.
She's mostly white, and she's got like tan sort of beige spots, but she just kind of has that like big fluffy tail and kind of look about her, you know.
Cool. Yeah, I'd love to see
Yeah,
her shortly.
Yeah, we got too many cats.
There's no
It
such
sucks.
thing.
It's
Oh yeah, it is.
You were talking about your cats the other day, but I never did hear how many you have.
Yeah, 5 at the moment. I mean, we may
Crap.
get rid of one.
That's alright.
We love her, but she doesn't get she gets along with people,
Yeah.
great, but she doesn't necessarily get along with other cats.
Oh.
Imagine that.
So we might find a home for her eventually. If we don't find a perfect home, we'll keep her.
Mhm.
But
A cat with social problems. Never would have
Yeah.
thought.
well, a lot of our cats play together and
Mhm.
sleep together, but she's like anti-social cat. So
She's
and that's Maggie. So.
Yeah, we got one of those. We have 2 Siberian Huskies, and he kind of slaps them around.
Mhm. At least you don't have to worry about the dogs like chasing them. They beat up the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. No, I had a cat. The first time we had this little, our little white dog Wally. This cat did not know what to think of him, and he was a big gray male cat, and he's normally just laid back, thinks like for 5 minutes before like exerting any energy, but he would stalk this dog, and he would stare it down, and he would like follow it everywhere, hunting it, and we were like afraid for the dog. We're like, holy crap, that cat's gonna kill that dog. And but I mean it didn't, but it kept a close eye. We didn't let him stay in the same room alone or anything. I've never seen a cat hunt a dog, you know.
Oh man.
If you think about it, what's really scary is how many times the cat hunted you and you didn't know.
Yeah, right. Could have been. Could have been.
The cat we do have here, his name is Taz, like Tasmanian Devil, and he loves to, you know, he's my shadow, and he loves to jump on my desk here. And I was trying to type something, so I just like had my arm between his legs or something, and he tried to hump me and bite me at the same time, just to tell me like, you know, you're ignoring me.
Yep.
I was laughing hysterically.
Showing you who was boss.
My cat hates everything and everyone.
Aww.
He's a mean cat. He barely likes me.
Oh, really?
That's not cool.
I thought he was cool when we first got him. He was a rescue. Just nuts. Someone else had actually rescued him, but he killed 2 of their gerbils the first night they had them. And they were like, alright, that's enough of this cat. He's got a lot of angst.
I wasn't sure where that story was going at first.
Yeah, as soon as you said, yeah, he killed, I'm like, uh-oh,
Oh
this
my
is about
God.
to get awkward.
2 of their kids or something?
Cujo all over again.
It's a serial
It has
cat.
the taste for human blood.
Our neighbor is buried in the litter box. Oh wait, is this being recorded?
Yep. Gotcha.
Live.
I mean, our neighbor is very nice.
Got you on tape.
Man, if I have this character in the book, I hope he doesn't show up a lot because I don't want to draw all this shit.
He's going to become as famous as Popeye.
Yeah, it's like, fuck!
Or he's going to take over the strip.
Like, son of a bitch.
Or you always just have really, really close shots.
Mm-hmm. Stream close-up. Eye.
Dramatic eye shot.
So last bit of cat news. All my cats except for one, we got by just like opening the door. You know, like we had stray cats in the neighborhood, and it's like, oh, look at that one, and it looks a little, you know, thin. Let's feed it, and we feed it, and as long as it showed up a couple more times, it's like, oh, let's just keep them.
Say what?
There's a neighbor somewhere going, where's our cat?
we make sure, like, you know, it wasn't anybody else's cat, but
As far
yeah,
as
four of them are just like cats that were running around without a home,
that's cool.
and we paid too much to get them fixed and cleaned up and whatever else, all the shots and whatnot.
Well, it's very good of you, Peter.
Well, I'm a bit of a, you know, animals love me kind of thing.
Or do you
Yeah.
love them?
I'm Yeah, well, I'm pretty sappy, so I'm easily convinced.
So, oh,
Aww.
CLG. Yep, that's how my family gets them. Like, started with my mom's when she was growing up. They lived on a house that was on a corner, and people would always drive by, drop off like animals for whatever reason, and keep going. And so they ended up with a bunch. And then when I was growing up, we had. I mean, I think most of our cats were strays. We might have got one or two from a shelter, but most of them were rescue animals or whatever.
Yeah.
Sad story.
Oh.
At one point we heard that our landlord was thinking of poisoning or even shooting like stray animals in the neighborhood.
That's messed up.
Yeah, we're like, no way. So now that we're really good friends with the sanctuary people, make sure that nothing happens to cats in the neighborhood.
Yep. Cool, man.
I gotta figure out how to draw black fire. That's gonna be cute.
Black fire.
This is gonna take some
With
time.
pink sparkles.
No pink.
I'm taking every suggestion so far.
That's the line.
Draw the line at pink.
Just cross the line.
Draw the line at Barbie. No, but pink can be a cool, like, evil, mystical color if done right.
Yeah, just like tiny little accentuations.
Like pink fire or something.
Okay, not pink, fuchsia.
Oh,
Or salmon.
that's more manly sounding. Yeah.
I'm no longer listening.
And that's enough of them. I'll put them on mute. I continue to work.
I'm done here.
Now they're just reaching into the hat and pulling out random shit at this point.
Your creative input privileges have been taken.
He's
Damn it.
carrying a lollipop, and he's got a toy bicycle behind him.
What?
I'm not going. I'm just leaving it alone, guys. Just like, all right.
He needs a mullet.
Mullet.
Like an AC/DC t-shirt or something.
That'd be awesome.
You lie so sweetly.
I had I found a weird video of it was kind of like the hillbillies doing Thunderstruck with like a banjo and everything. This shit was actually good. I was like, holy hell.
Very cool. Yeah, I like interesting interpretations like that. Sometimes they can be good. Sometimes they can be really, really bad.
Sitting here thinking, how much more time am I going to spend on this fire?
Kitty!
Oh.
I'm snooping on Mike and he's drawing a kitty.
Not happy.
My kid's getting manhandled there.
It's an outlet for me. Think of ways to manhandle my cat. Totally kidding. It does seem that way.
We have one cat named Aries, and we can't manhandle his ass. He's like 15 pounds of war. Trying to bathe him. We just we sneak up on him, throw him in the shower, and cut it on, and run out.
Oh my god. Diabolical.
Yeah, most cats don't appreciate the water.
No. I've never had to bathe one, but I know people do. If they got like something we'd have to wash them for, then like fleas or something. We've been lucky, I guess. Just been lucky. That's all.
That's
Because
horrible.
I don't know. I know like none of my family's cats would do good in trying to get in the bath or anything. Not a single one.
I can't give our cat a bath. My girlfriend has to do it, or he'll try and kill me. But she does it, and he's totally cool. He likes it.
That's cool.
Some cats are gender appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looks at me like it's the end, like I mean to destroy him.
As long as he's story fodder.
He's cool. He actually loves me, as long as I'm not trying to bathe him. That's the tipping point right there.
Hey, look! I got a bucket. Now watch out! It's coming. I could see you teasing him.
Our dogs will like wait for us to get out of the shower so they can like, I don't know, lick the water off our legs or something. And yeah, but what we'll do is we'll open the shower curtain or whatever. Say, oh, you want to come in too? Come on in, come on in. And they're like, no, they run away. Like, no. First they think about it. They're like, wait, this is a trick.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
All right, time for some pink sparkles. Well, sparkles, but no pink. I'm doing you in black and white. So, wrong.
Found a way around it. Pink sparkles in black and white. That's a good way to do it, but not really do it.
The way if the colorist does that, and makes them pink, I can blame him.
Don't blame me. Didn't do it. Don't blame me, man.
So what's that piece you're working on, Eric? Is that
Nothing. It is nothing. You saw nothing. I don't know. No, it's a personal piece. It was inspired by a radio station I listened to called WFNGR 696 The Finger. It's an internet radio station, and I don't know. They had posted this funny picture of this like. It was a joke about a mascot. It was basically like the computer they used with this like robot head attached to it and a bunch of random parts photoshopped together. And I said, well, and then their quote was, first they wanted their mascot to be like some hot redhead, rock and roll queen or something, but they ended up going with this, and then they showed this horrible, like really goofy photoshopped robot thing. And I said, what? I don't know, sometimes something like that will just strike a chord, like inspiration, and I kind of wrote back like, well, it could be both. So I had the idea where it's the robot and he's like rescuing this redheaded mascot type girl, but she's a badass too. She's got a gun. She wants to fight, but he's like rescuing her. And then their logo is a hand pointing a finger, and so he's pointing a finger, and
right?
This whole like just scene just like sprouted in my head, so it's basically with my interpretation of the robot that he photoshopped together, and but I enhanced it a little bit, make it look a little better. But then we got her, and then I turned the guitar into a battle axe, and pile of junk and amplifiers and tuners and tweakers, and so I don't know, it just kept growing. So it's a personal piece, but it's also kind of I'm gonna send a copy to the guy who runs the station when I'm done, because I chat with him all the time on Twitter and stuff. So
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's just kind of a random inspired personal piece thing because they play a lot of like stoner rock and rockabilly and cool stuff you just don't hear very often, and that's where this came from. So like his battle axe is actually kind of made out of a guitar, like a rockabilly guitar and stuff. So,
Right.
but anyway, yeah, it's so that's what that is.
Yeah.
Just one
Um.
random ass inspired pieces.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, you are very talkative. I mean, you talked to me twice on Twitter, but uh, a lot of people I know, nobody talks on Twitter now. I used to talk to a ton of people on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Pro- Probably the only other person that talks is DD from the Arcasters that randomly will come at me on Twitter and say something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, to me, it's like I would like to strike up conversations there, but then I feel like, oh, I don't have enough time as it is.
You can. I feel like it's better organized than Facebook as far as like if you get a thread going, everybody replies to it and all that, and it actually reaches people. Whereas on
Yeah.
Facebook, you don't really get reached very well, and I feel like on Twitter, you can actually talk directly to like people running radio stations or directly to other artists or companies or whatever. Unless they have somebody running it for them, but still, I mean, it's proven to be a lot better way to communicate than Facebook in many ways. But I use both. But
Yeah.
I just have better conversations on Twitter than I do on Facebook.
I do a lot of private messaging on Facebook if I really want to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just I do what Eric does. I just spam everybody.
Yep. Well, what's funny is, Twitter's better at reaching people and actually getting connected and interacting, but you have to each freaking post has to be so short that drives me nuts. Like you talk better, but you can only do like carefully planned, concise sentences.
And sometimes I don't feel like I'm witty enough to have only 140 characters.
Yeah. So, well, a lot of people then in that case will like write a whole thought, but they'll do it over like 3 or 4 tweets, and then if you only get one of them, you're like, what is he talking about?
That's true. There used to be a way to extend the tweets, like some sort of site or program. I guess it was a site.
There is, like, you can write it as long as you want. It'll abbreviate it, and then if you click it, you'll get the whole one.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to go through that hassle.
Gotta click it. Jeez.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. And then I feel like mobile apps will let you write longer than if you write it on your PC or whatever, on your desktop. Because I just noticed that, like, you get like 60 to 70 characters on mobile stuff, but you get whatever it is on normal. I don't know. Could be making that up.
Oh, I wanted to mention, where is it? On Kickstarter. Previously, I think it was only like Facebook, Twitter, and email. You click on it, and you could share it through email, through Facebook, or through Twitter. Now they have a Pinterest option. So I started a Kickstarter Pinterest board. There's only a few things up there right now, but I was like, well, that's a way to, like, I know tons of people doing Kickstarters. That's a way to get them all in one batch and share them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have to actually make an effort to do it, set it up right, and get all current Kickstarters going and posted there. But, you know, I was glad they made that update. Because I use Pinterest, but I don't have a Pinterest button on my browser. I try to keep it as light as possible.
Yeah, Pinterest is cool. It's really good if you're like looking for reference. I mean,
Yes, I get a lot of reference from Pinterest because being friends with both comic artists and then animation people and what have you, there's a lot of crossover type things. It's like, oh, I never thought to use that because they always use it in like animation. It's like that's a cool way to whatever hair flowing or stuff like that. It's like, oh, I could incorporate that into the comics, you know.
hmm yeah, it's organized well. It makes it easy to search for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like anything, it takes time to, like if you want to really set something up and find the right reference and put it all in some sort of order, but it has a lot of things that you wouldn't find elsewhere, and it's quick, it's like Google, it's like new Google for a lot of people.
hmm Yeah, I mean, thank God for that. I mean, it makes it so much easier to just look up some references.
I know one of the things, like seeing you work on a robot, is like one of the things I want to do better is draw robots better. And, it's like every time I try to sit down and draw a robot, it's like, oh, that's clunky.
There's really no wrong way to draw them. Just gotta.
Well,
I found with them the trickiest part is making sure the proportions are right, and that you actually get into like lining things up correctly, like a building or something. Because with a person, it can be more fluid. But the number one thing I keep noticing with robots is you really gotta line up, like make sure things line up right. Because with robots, there's a tendency for them to be more symmetrical than. That's the main thing I notice.
yeah.
Whereas people are kind of naturally asymmetrical in some ways. Robots, when we make something, we always tend to make it as symmetrical as possible. So it doesn't look right if you make something and it's.
I remember that.
And it's not even purposely. If it's unless it's very obvious that it's like the design's purposely supposed to be asymmetrical, then it just looks off. There's one thing I kind of. That's one thing I always kind of notice doing like the Transformer stuff is like, the shoulders don't line up because they would be symmetrical if you were looking at it straight on. So.
Right. Yeah.
Otherwise, it looks like he's dancing a jig or something.
Was the I think Japanese artist who did very realistic, mostly naked women and robots. Like that's back in the 90s. I forget the guy's name.
Something Kim. Well, there's a new guy that he's that guy that can just draw from without preliminary sketches. He just draws and fills an entire canvas.
He had a lot of art books. I'm not gonna remember his name, but
it's like
it was very realistic and like the women had even robot parts. And,
oh yeah, he'd mash up all kinds of stuff. Yeah, he liked to draw dogs and women and military stuff and vehicles and.
Bang Zoo's really good.
Yeah.
Could be talking about the same person. Kong Jin Kim.
Kim Jong-un?
Yeah, I think so.
No, that's the leader of North Korea. Oh, I know who you're talking about, though.
You don't know nothing. Kim Jung Gi or Gi.
Yeah, I,
I just looked it up. Yeah, Kim. Yeah, it's Kim and then Jung dash Gi.
oh man, he's amazing. I watch his stuff on YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy who draws from a point from the center of the paper to out, like, makes whole scenes. Yeah, that's somebody else.
I was watching a session on YouTube where he was at a university demonstrating it, and he actually explained how he does it, and it made a lot of sense. But you got to really be able to hold on to that visual. He visualizes it ahead of time as the composition and basic shapes, like boxes of where people and things will go ahead of time, and he just holds on to that and tries to remember the general direction he's going for compositionally. Yeah, you got to be able to really hold on to that composition in your mind, you know.
And he's ridiculous.
He's good. But you know, if you look at his stuff too, it's kind of loose. It's not super refined, tight, perfected. I mean, he visualizes it really well and just goes. You know, it's amazing stuff. It's something I try to mimic that when I'm doing like sketchbooks just for fun, like or warm up and practice. Just doodling a sketchbook. It's hard. I mean, to get it to come out looking good. Yeah, he's really good. But
I missed the opportunity to meet him when I was in Korea.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He's like, no, he was within reach. I missed it.
That would have been cool. But yeah, he explained some of his concepts in that video. It was really good. Like, he's trying to break down how he does it. You know, like any artist trying to tell somebody how they do it. Well, lots of practice and a little bit of talent, but.
Oh, Toriyama? That's where it was. Hajime Suriyama?
Nope. Nope.
No?
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he was really popular in the 90s.
That's cool.
Yes.
That's cool. Put up a link, though. I'll look at it.
Oh, I got some sort of weird food. I probably spelled it wrong.
I'll give you a link.
Oh, Saburo Koriyama.
In the fridge and it's driving me crazy.
No, that's not a good one.
What's driving you crazy?
I have leftover hibachis in the fridge and it's driving me crazy.
Well, you know what you can do about that.
Trying not to eat it and save it for tomorrow.
You gotta just eat it, man. you gotta just go for it.
I already had half of what was in there for dinner today, so trying not to push things.
Push it.
Otherwise, I might be up all night with an upset stomach.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
What program are you using, Ben?
I am using Mega Studio 5 EX.
Oh.
Because it looks like you're doing it traditionally, but I know you're on the program. That's cool.
That's why I love Mega Studio.
Spiffy.
I gotta learn how to use that.
After I got away from Photoshop, I've never looked back. Instead of, for coloring wise, I still gotta go to freaking Photoshop.
I know, I haven't found anything I can do the same. The main thing is I gotta have a pen tool for my methods of doing it, and a lot of programs just don't have pen tool.
Yeah.
I don't really like the coloring in the lines by hand, and then you gotta go back and clean up what goes out of the lines. It doesn't seem as efficient to me. I like pen tools.
Well, that's why I don't mess with color too much.
Does Manga Studio have any kind of pen tool?
It has path. You could do setup paths like the pen tool, but it's called something else. I can't remember what it's called.
You can also just make materials, which is fun.
Yes.
That's how I do a lot of my buildings and windows and shit. I just make materials, drag and drop them.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Awesome for that.
Is that like a custom brush or custom shape?
Essentially, that's what it is.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, it's more like you draw a picture and you can save that picture in your materials tab, which means anytime you want, that line work, you just drag it into your scene and then you just manipulate it.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with tons of pre-rendered ones, like a bunch of different shapes for balloons, bunch of like backgrounds, and if you're just trying to learn some stuff, it's got a lot of stuff to it.
That's what I've heard.
I know for me, I try to keep it as close to what I would do traditionally as possible. I don't really do all the tricks and stuff. Though buildings, yeah, I'll do that. Drawing buildings.
I do whatever I can to save time.
Yeah, drawing buildings. Oof.
I hate drawing buildings so much.
Those damn buildings.
Oh man, when computer coloring first took over, and colorists were coloring Jay's in a Hangout on YouTube, and he said, "Sorry, he knows who I'm talking about."
Well, good for him.
Shoot, my brain.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What was the thing? Oh my god.
Hey, he's got really good stuff.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I like to derail you as often as possible.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, really good. Is he the airbrush artist you were talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I've seen some of these before.
He's amazing.
Really good. Very cool. Bookmarking that.
I have some of these books. I think Peter actually gave you a few.
I might have. Back in the day, I used to have them all.
Yeah. I think you gave me 2 of them.
Yeah, it's I want, much like if anybody follows like Scott Circlin, he's really good at branding, and he's slowly really chiseling down his branding to perfection, and part of his thing is robots, and I've always had in mind, like in our studio, would sort of have a robot, what should I call it?
It's like a dog apocalypse.
Mascot. Always barking.
Sounds like a squeaky toy.
No, that's my husky puppies flying downstairs.
Aww.
Pesky puppies.
We have corgi puppies. Well, my family does back home, anyways.
I really want to.
Sorry, Peter, you're totally derailed by puppies.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to draw more robots and play around and invent
Robots are fun.
my
I
own.
recommend.
Oh boy.
Puppy apocalypse.
Yep. Huskies don't really bark; they just kind of yelp.
That's cool.
They may sing.
But yeah, robots. I mean, I used to draw them all the time as a kid. When I couldn't even draw hardly, and then I got older and I didn't really draw as much. So when I get to it, it's really fun. Robots.
I almost never. It's like if I like something, I have to like mentally say, okay, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll just go off in a corner and just draw textures.
That's cool. You like textures?
Well, because I get a real inking mentality. It may be the same textures I do over and over.
Yeah, but that could be therapeutic too. Just like doing the different textures with inks.
Yeah.
I always really like trying to do textures on like stone and stuff. I don't know something about that. I always.
Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. Yes, that's it. That's it. Okay. When computer coloring came to comic books, I hated colorists who would do stuff like on a brick wall they would put bricks, like either draw like those drawn bricks and just put it like whether it matched the perspective or not. It would be like a wall of bricks, and they'd do that with swords. Like they'd put it like just snatch some metal from something and put it in the sword, and it looked, it's like everything was wrong. They did that with like 90% of the time. The moon would be an actual picture of the moon. It's like,
I guess
it became so gaudy and ugly.
Yeah, I think it was like this explosion of people using it and like had no idea how to make it look like good. That's when it was really popular.
Yeah.
It's like, we gotta have Photoshop. All right, but I don't know how to use it. It doesn't matter.
It's just people being lazy and like.
I don't know, because I think like those early comics when they really started converting over that, a lot of them didn't even do like section off areas for shades and highlights and things like that. They would just like do a little fade effect and then that was it, like a little airbrushing and then that was it. There were so many like the old Star Wars comics that were colored that way, and they didn't try to create any textures with it or do anything too radical with it. It was just like, let's have a gradient. All right, done.
Yeah.
Because that was the big thing. Now you can do gradients and stuff, and I just feel like they went a little overboard sometimes, or not far enough.
I think a lot of it was overboard. A lot of it was very gaudy, very. I know. Like you take an artist like Jack Kirby, and Jack Kirby. I don't know if he ever said in an interview. I haven't really listened to any Jack Kirby interviews actually. But he always used a lot of photos. Especially in his space scenes. There would be like photo elements or outright everything in the background was a photo, and to a certain degree it works, but I think it worked more like how he used it, and I see other people putting parts of like a lot of people do. City backgrounds, cityscapes. It would be a photo behind, drawing characters in a tree or whatever.
Yeah. It always looks superimposed. Like.
Yeah, to me it's lazy unless it looks awesome.
Yeah. Yep. It's gotta look awesome or it's lazy.
Yeah.
Yep. I totally agree.
Yeah, but
there's ways to integrate it and make it look right, but if it doesn't, then yeah, it just looks like you shortcut it or something.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting a paid rate to draw, and then putting in photos in the background. It's like, I just feel like they're cheating somebody, at least the company.
Themselves.
Themselves, yes.
They're cheating themselves, yes.
So I think I'm going to come to a close.
No. Yeah, because I actually have to get.
Son of a.
Did we lose somebody? I feel like we have
Wilson.
Wilson. Okay. So yeah, catch Wilson at the 8th spot, and we'll go through everybody here. Tell everybody where they can find you and your stuff. We have Ben on the very left.
Yo!
Adrian.
Yeah, mostly you can find my work on my DeviantArt, Ben Jones Art on DeviantArt.com. That's usually where I'm at. And Ben Jones Art on Facebook, all one word, and Ben Jones Art for my YouTube channel. I like it simple.
Thanks again for coming. And we have Sandy.
Right. You can find me at Dark and Mar on DeviantArt and YouTube. And that's pretty much it. It's been fun work being here with you guys. Like, I love watching you all work. It's great inspiration.
Aww.
Cindy.
Yeah, great having you here. We had Eric. Did he go eat?
We got 2 Erics. Which one is it?
Oh, Eric Fari.
Okay, you got to specify which Eric.
Eric Prime?
Eric Prime.
Eric Fari.
Yes.
That's right, I forgot it. There's 2 Erics here.
Yeah.
I'm Eric Faries. You can find my stuff either on Tumblr at autoericfaries.tumblr.com, YouTube, which just look up my name, Eric Faries, and Facebook fan page is the same as my Tumblr, Art of Eric Faries.
Very cool. And the other Eric.
I'm Eric Webb, and you can find me at ericwebbgraphics.com. And I'm available for commissions.
I think that goes for most of us.
Hire them too.
You beat us to it.
And Mike?
I'm Mike, and you can find me on Facebook and YouTube. I'm getting into the YouTube thing. About it for right now.
Yeah, essentially everybody here has a YouTube channel, and that's the links I put into the show description box. And I know I have like 8 other links on my YouTube channel, so it's a great place to put all your links so people can find what else you're up to. And Wilson made it back. I don't know if he can talk.
Yeah, I can talk.
Okay.
Some reason my internet went out, and then when I came back, everyone was saying their goodbyes. So I was like, oh, okay. But you can find everything for me at the8spot.com or section8comics.com, and from there it links to all my various social medias and what have you. Or you could do a search for Ramos Kaiju, and you'll find my Twitters, my Facebook, just about everything on that as well.
And there's me, Peter Palmiati of Human Studio, and you can catch me everywhere on the internet. But mostly here on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm everywhere else, but mostly those 2 places. And I have a Facebook page, and other stuff. But yeah, this has been Studio Synergy number 25. Can't believe we made it up to 25. Woohoo! It's anniversary issue.
Congrats.
And yeah, I'm doing these weekly, so had a great big gang tonight. Thank you everyone for coming, and join us again next Friday, same time, same channel. Take care.
Have a good one.
Bye.
You guys.